Hey everybody, Tracy Brown here. So this isn't going to be a very long video. I wanted to break it up in parts. So part one today is going to be about basically a little summary of what the other two videos are going to be about. And I'll be honest, I'm not sure if I'm going to do them this week, but they will be coming within the next 7 days. So I might do one today and then probably beginning of next week, probably 2 days in a row of part 2 and 3. So I'll be a little quiet the next couple days doing some other stuff, but then I'll be back with you to finish it up. So I want to talk about fullness because it's a relationship with fullness I think all of us struggle with in some kind of way. And when I say struggle, I mean love, hate it, and feel scared about it, and it means a lot. So we're going to talk a little bit about what I'm aiming to help you all with is to feel fully like I'm done, good and done. That little spot is, I think, can be hard for us just because we've been so disconnected and so disembodied for so long around where that just right, okay, spot is, and it not be tangled up with anything else around worth, around uncomfortable thoughts or memories or beliefs or whatever. And so the point of these videos is to help everybody along the spectrum be able to understand that there's a reason why fullness, we avoid it so much. It's not because it's not there for you. It's not because it wouldn't be helpful to you. It's because we're scared of feeling it. And a lot of people will, and this is really common when I work with people initially with intuitive eating, is if they've had any diet history, if they've had any need to unconsciously not be in their bodies for whatever reason, feeling more in our bodies it's scary. It can be difficult. So I'm going to talk about that spectrum first. I want you to be thinking about what scares you about being more full, whether it's the sensation, what you feel like it means about you, what you feel about it means about your weight. That's what I'm going to be talking about in these videos. So I'm just going to, this video again, just a reminder, is introduction to what's coming. So I'm going to talk in depth about those two different topics. But what I see that people do a lot is, I feel full, Tracy, I feel full. And I'm looking at their food, and all I see is, over and over again, just eating to get by. Not actually being satisfied and not actually feeling much. And I'll give you a clue, I think that's the point. Okay, so keep that in mind. On the other end, there's some of us, and I've done both. I've been on both sides of the coin. So that fullness, that really, I pursued really full fullness. Not the kind of on my hunger scale, to an 8, where it's I feel some little pressure, that feels good, I'm good and done. No more thoughts of food, I'm over it, moving on. I would bypass that. My brain would kick in okay, you're full, stop, you need to stop. And I'm no, but I don't want to. I wanted to get to that place of I feel nausea and I can't eat anymore. And sometimes it would be that conscious, sometimes it wasn't. And then of course I'd feel guilty because culturally we're conditioned that if you do that, that means you're out of control and you did something wrong and all that. So the guilt will come after because of the conditioning of what we think it means to eat in a certain way. That's all guilt conditioning. That's all shame programming. It's not true. So we need to, first off, if that's something you're struggling with, recognize that, some of us need to get good and full for a good long time for our bodies to trust that we're safe, we're going to get enough food, and we're not getting starved anymore. That needs to happen. For some of us, we're bypassing comfortable fullness because we want to feel that almost stretched out internal warmth or an internal sense of being held, or we're looking for that. We're looking for something. And we haven't had the resource ever to know that we're held, we're okay. Or we don't have it in that moment and there's nothing else that can do it and we're feeling pretty desperate for it. We don't know how to give it to ourselves in another way. So the next couple of videos are going to be more in depth about those kind of things, but I'm sharing that little bit just so you know what's up and what's coming next. And also, if you're in the boat of beating yourself up for that's kind of the pattern you're in, I just want to really, really see you in that I know that that's a strategy to try to settle yourself and to give yourself what you need, and you're really doing the best you can. So please, please, I'm just almost begging you. I'm very much imploring you to, if you can find a droplet of compassion to give yourself around if that feels like a pull for you or it's happening frequently, to understand that this is the platform that you know how to operate from, and this whole process is about actually building a true, stable window of tolerance to be able to know how to get your needs met with food and without, and to have a place to do that from. And a lot of times we don't know. So just sharing all that so you know where I'm coming from and what's to come, and I'm going to bring a lot more nuance to it next week. So anyway, if you're watching this, you might want to watch it again just to see what spectrum you're falling on, or if you tend to bounce back and forth. And be curious about what's happening with that pattern. Like, how is that serving you? What is that giving you? What is the strategy, and how is that helping you? Because then what happens is you do that and you get in your head, like, or I did the same stuff. We get in our head like, okay, why can't I just get together? I know, mentally I know better. What am I doing? Why am I so afraid? Or why do I keep doing this? No, that's the inner critic way of doing it. We're not going to do that anymore. What we're going to do is to drop in and slow down. What's going on? What do I need? So that's what I want you to all practice. So watch this video again. Take some time with it. I'd love to hear your thoughts and comments about it, because we're all capable of doing intuitive eating. We were born to do that. If you're watching this and you're like, oh, I got so far to go because I need to like get some containment here, or I need to like actually get renourished. Yeah, you can still use this video though as a way to like understand the fear you might have of fullness, or the fear you might have of letting go of like really extreme fullness. That has to be explored, you know. Otherwise, froze. We're just going to stay stuck in our heads about it. So thank you all so much. I hope this was really helpful. I'd love to hear more about your thoughts about it, what your experiences with been of ever exploring this issue. If you've never explored it, please let me know. And again, the next videos are going to be more about nuance. So if you need more from me, message me and I'll be happy to help. Take care.